Hey everybody, my name is MetalMusicMan.
And I am Professor Lex. You didn't count us in that time, so we're just kind of like, we're talking, no, it's okay.
I did it right away.
I picked it up. I used context clues to know that I was supposed to introduce myself.
Well done. You have passed preschool.
I made it. Skin of my teeth, but I made it.
You put the shape in the other shape with the shape.
So I'd like to open with some huge news, some huge channel update or whatever. Have you seen how big your mustache is?
Oh yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah,
it's getting to be a thing.
Like it's not wispy. It's like it's there. You're channeling your inner walrus.
I'm getting to a place. I'm becoming more and more 70s as the time goes on. I don't know. I still kind of like it. It still isn't as good as I wish it were. You know, it's still not good, but there's certain angles where I'm like, it's kind of okay, but I don't know, man. Eating is a pain. Like mustache.
The mustache, the chocolate milk mustache or whatever. Yeah,
it's not good. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So I don't know, and it's still very blonde. So like, I feel like without the right angle, it's kind of hard to tell that it's even there, even though it is.
No, I can see it. Yeah. It's very plain on your face.
Thank you for noticing my mustache, senpai. Like,
no problem. Yeah, I know I've said it before. I had a thick mustache in high school, and it was proud and prominent, and then I cut it off, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, I don't know. This thing will probably go away eventually, but it might not. I don't know. I'm still. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
Do the ladies have any feelings on it, one way or the other? Have you updated your Tinder profile?
My Tinder profile has. It is okay. It's got the same profile that's currently on my Twitter, which is like just me making a goofy face, and you can't really tell that I have one in that because it's like the angle and it's black and white. But I also have
staring into your gaping maw.
Yeah, I also have the sideways sunglasses one where you can tell I have a mustache, so that's on there.
Oh yeah, the 3/4 profile, yeah.
Yeah, and then my opening Tinder line is I apologize in advance for my horrible COVID mustache. So I mean, they know about it. But
see, you know how people occasionally complain that the Tinder profile pics are completely outdated and they put on like 30 pounds since they took the picture.
I've had a couple of those.
Yeah, you've got way more mustache. Okay, so I did just get the update. 6:05 is the estimated time of tortilla delivery.
Oh, okay.
So we can,
an important person. You need to.
I guess. Well, I was bumped. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to leave this in or cut it out, but I'm making sourdough tortillas, and with my sourdough starter discard. Yeah.
Yes, you are a bread master.
You have to feed your sourdough starter, otherwise it self-cannibalizes and smells like alcohol, which isn't what you want when you're making bread, at least.
Sure, not when you're making bread.
Right, so you have to pour a little bit off and then start it back up. But the little bit that you pour it off, it feels to me is wasteful to just like pour down the sink. And I've got a 25-pound sack of flour.
Yeah, you do.
So thank you for noticing. No, I've been mixing it with some flour and some water, or flour, water, oil, salt. It's great. It's great. Tortillas every day. I get 8 tortillas a day.
It's exciting.
Which is more than I have room in my refrigerator in my life for. I could eat all of those tortillas, but then I would be bread fat.
Yes.
And I'm trying to avoid that. So my aunt is making the rounds. She's going to send in my uncle, and he's going to be wearing, the COVID respirator, and I'm going to deliver him the tortillas, my excess tortillas. I have something to the tune of like 20 tortillas for this man.
Why do you have so many? That's so many, too many tortillas. I have 22 tortillas for this man. You're Papa John's now. I've eaten 22 tortillas in the last 30 days.
In 3 days. Yeah.
In the last
that day of reckoning is coming.
Yeah. Just pay attention. I've tried them all.
No, because you have to pour off some of your starter. Yeah. Otherwise, if you just feed on top of the starter, then your vessel will explode.
And by pouring it off, you're pouring that off in form of tortilla.
Exactly. I'm pouring it off into my 25-pound sack of flour to make tortillas. It's a real thing. I'll take a picture of it.
Right.
It's huge.
Well, yeah, good on you for making tortillas for folks during COVID.
Yeah, thank you.
I have done nothing for anyone.
Good. Fuck them. Hate people.
I'm actually.
COVID has been just the best.
Well, honestly, okay. So there's a couple things about it that are like pretty nice, and I have anxiety about COVID in the normal kind that normal people have. Like I I keep having this recurring nightmare that for some reason I can't have my apartment anymore. Like sometimes it's like that it like burns down, or other times it's like somebody's like doing construction and they like tear it down, or like other times it's like for some reason it's like I'm just not allowed to live there, or like whatever, I don't know. And then I'm just like, and then I wake up and I'm like, I can't have my apartment. I'm fucking, and I don't know if it's
the cold sweat.
Yeah, and then I wake up and I'm like, shit, it's okay. I have my apartment. I like my apartment. I have a place to live. Everything's great. So I don't know if that's some weird like, COVID potential economic collapse sadness or what. I don't know. But that's a thing. But whatever. I just brush that off. The other thing that happens is that I get like I get another anxiety, which is about going back to normal.
Oh no, like you have to go back to work?
Yeah.
A fate worse than death, truly.
Yeah, and I have a really bullshit job already. Right? And this is like Pharaoh and I are just like playing Grand Blue or playing WoW, and then one of us will get a work email and we'll answer it for 5 seconds, and then we just go back to playing Grand Blue or playing WoW, and I'm fucking, oh my god, I'm
loving it.
I'm drinking like every day, like twice as much, because normally I go to work and I work, and I might have like, a beer at lunch or something, but I'm not going to like, drink at work. I've never been.
Oh yeah. You can't day
that's
drink
like
at
ridiculous.
work.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. But now I'm just in my apartment all day. So it's like, shit, it's 11:30 a.m. Like,
which is pretty much 5 o'clock.
Which is basically the same thing as 5 p.m. anyway. Fuck it. Here we go, kids.
Yeah. Time is all running together anyway. Like, okay, so Jen, she wakes up and then she goes to work, and I wake up because we play stupid gotcha cell phone games. Excuse me, pardon me, for like an hour or whatever, and it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I just go back to bed. And so my life is just a series of naps with occasional video games thrown in. Sometimes Jen's there, and sometimes she isn't.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Like it makes me sad to think, even as bullshit cushy as my job already is, that I'm gonna have to like go back to it
and try
at some
harder
point and do things every day, because it's just like, I mean, I do, and there are days even working from home that shit still gets crazy. Like I'll some days it's like everybody's shit's whack and I get like a million emails. But fuck, it's just nice not having to go into work, dude. It's just so nice.
Yeah.
It's so
nice. Okay. I really get to appreciate that, because every other week I have to go back to work. Like I have to go in and be the guy that is there. But it's pay week, so I could be angrier about it,
Well, you also, though, like, I feel like you haven't fully been, like, starved of the regularity of it. I think that's where, like, where it's like, this is, man, I don't know. I was listening to an Alan Watts speech, because I work from home and have nothing better to do.
COVID life.
And, because COVID life. And, he had this, it wasn't really related to the speech itself, but he had this thing that he was bringing up about how he's heard of some, and I guess this is from like the 70s, so it's not new anymore, but at the time he was saying he'd heard of some, new college entrance exam that instead of, he was like, yeah, it's going to be this whole thing of the future where instead of you like taking this exam and, doing tests and quizzes, they're just going to ask you to like write about what your ideal, like your ideal life or world is. And then they're going to try to like compare that to what you can do. Or,
oh no!
Yeah, I know. It actually sounded,
that sounds deeply depressing. Wow, this is horrible.
Well, it sounded like he thought it was like really cool and great, and I agree. There were parts of that probably would be depressing, depending on the system that was placed.
Yeah, especially who's writing.
Where it would actually end up being. But I was thinking, like, man, what's my like ideal world, right? And I feel like the ideal world to me is just a world where everyone has something akin to living in, normal America and, making a slightly above average salary, but then not having to work and just being able to like,
and not doing anything.
Yeah. And just being able to do whatever you want. Like if you could somehow, woo, communism, socialism alarm. Woo,
yeah, we're in there.
But if you could somehow like give everyone like $60,000 a year lifestyle
to exist,
but then they don't have to work. That to me would be like the best fucking thing ever. Anyone could just do whatever the fuck they wanted, and you could just have like a decent, television and house or whatever the fuck, and you just wouldn't have to work. That would be so cool. And then everyone could just drink and play video games and have sex, and it would be so great. Anyway, that's the thing I thought of.
That's basically the lifestyle that COVID has given you, with the exception of sex.
Yes.
Yeah. So on your weird bizarro ACT, just write down COVID, but with more sex.
So there are a lot of things about COVID. Yeah, COVID with more sex. There are a lot of things about COVID that are not so bad, and that brings us back to the butts in the Tinder, which we got kicked off from your tortilla experiment.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wait,
butts. Normally we save butts for the end, but we're gonna make a special.
No, we're going butts first. We're changing it up. Deep. We're flipping butts deep. Minute 1. Spoiler alert: there are no butts. So my only Tinder update, besides that I apologize for my own mustache and do have my mustache on my profile. And this goes into where the mustache thing came from, which cracks me up, is I matched with this chick like a day or two ago. I'm like, whoa, she's really she's like really hot. I haven't matched with like a proper super hot human in a while.
A proper hottie.
Well, I mean, you always get like fucking varying degrees, but there's like certain people that, you're just like, that person's more attractive than I am, and you're like, hey, good job. Good job, me. Like, good job, me. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, so then I matched with this chick, and I like messaged her or something about, she had something about Tamagotchis in her profile or something.
90s
she's also old. Yeah, she's also old.
Damn, never mind.
She's 2 years younger than me, which makes her ancient.
And not a 90s baby.
No, an 80s baby like me. Yeah, we both reminisced about being old in terms of Tamagotchi. So anyway, I said some shit about, how my Tamagotchis died in a pile of poop tragically. Sure. Because that's what pretty much everyone's did. And then eventually she got onto something, and I mentioned my cat or something, and then she was like, fucking deal breaker, I'm allergic to cats. And I was like, fuck! Why did this happen? I have so many pictures of my cat in my profile, but I didn't realize
she should have known
that my mustache picture pushed off. Yeah, my mustache pictures pushed off some of the cat pics, so I had to go like pick other pics to pull out and re-add the cat, because this is exactly what I don't want to happen.
No, you need that.
Where you get excited because you're like, maybe this person's butt is interested in my butt, and then they're like, fuck cats, and you're just like, shit, I'm not gonna throw my cat in the garbage.
Never.
I mean, sometimes I want to, but
no.
Yeah. She was a piece
1 and
of
2
shit.
is different.
She was a piece of shit the other day. But anyway, yeah, so that happened. I have no updates for anything else. Evasive chick is still evasive. I can't tell if she's interested in me. I don't understand. I messaged her something the other day. I messaged her something the other day, and she's like, again, I'm like, I would, in principle, be super interested in this chick. I would have already, like, asked her on, like, 5 dates. But it's COVID, so nothing makes sense. And so she said she was, like, willing to, like, chat, and I'm like, cool. So I messaged her, like, every couple days. I'll say a thing. And then the last time I messaged her, I said like something funny, and then she just responded with like laughing my fucking ass off, and I'm like, cool, she thought it was funny, and then she just didn't say anything else. I'm like, okay, I don't think she thought it was funny. I don't think.
Well, but she did think it was funny,
or she's just not interested. I don't know. It's like what? So that's COVID dating. No one's interested in anything. You can't talk to anyone. All you can do, it's horrible. Like all you can do is go on walks. I go on walks, and you walk by other attractive humans, and you both give each other the nod, like, yeah, we're both horny. No, neither of us is slutty enough or dangerous enough to just like do something about.
Oh man,
we're not doing anything. We're just gonna walk on by, and then you both just walk on by, and you go on about your life. And I get on 4chan. So that's basically.
And you get on 4chan. Standard practice. Yeah. No, I was gonna say you should really put some time and thought into engineering a way to maintain social distancing, safe practices, and still have sex.
My dick's not that long.
That's probably for the best.
I do not have a 6-foot dick. It's an order of measurement less than feet. So sadly,
it's okay. It happens to most people. I think.
So yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't think that's a thing. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm just so like. I want to have like cool dating updates because I think it's funny to hear me talk about how ridiculous online dating is in this podcast. But fuck, man, if COVID doesn't just fuck the whole thing so hard, like I can't do shit, man. I don't know. So
how would that look if in a different world if the girl had been like, ooh, sorry, cats, can't do that? Would COVID have changed that? It not having COVID outside, would that make the environment different?
No, but
No?
I
Okay.
I basically to be fair, that's not the problem in this particular instance. It is the problem with like every other chick I've matched with
and
since COVID started.
Potentially it's the problem with evasive chick.
I hope so. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
I don't know. And it sucks because then you're in the point where like, am I just building up this person that I don't even know? Like, I don't want to do that. That's fucking weird and creepy. But also,
you don't want to form a parasocial relationship with the read notification.
No, I'm not. Ugh. So yeah, I was trying to like. That's how I matched with this other chick because I was like, well, I should just start swiping again because this is stupid.
Hell yeah,
yeah. And then like, then cat Tamagotchi poop girl doesn't like cats. So
damn.
Onward to more swiping. Thinking? I don't know. So anyway,
greener pastures.
Yeah, but that's pretty much like my only real major thing other than the same boring shit, dude. I've been leveling a lot of characters in World of Warcraft. And you know what's funny actually about that with regard to, so I'm leveling with Pharaoh in World of Warcraft, and I really enjoyed asking Pharaoh his thoughts about dumb dating things while we're killing things in World of Warcraft.
Wait, so you're playing WoW with Pharaoh?
Yeah. He
I didn't know he partook.
Yeah, he created a new character recently, and he like level boosted to 110, and we got from level 110 to 117 in like one day in one zone because there's this crazy EXP boost right now. So you just get fucking hella EXP. Anyway,
is it like an incentive to keep people inside?
I think it's incentive to keep people playing because the game is dog shit right now. It's the worst. It's the worst it's ever been. It's still World of Warcraft. It still has fun things, but if you've ever played it before, it is no. It's if you haven't, just know that it's the worst it's ever been. It's never been worse than it is right now.
Definitely don't pick it up today.
I don't know that I would even say that, to be honest with you. I don't know that I would say don't pick it up because it still has like redeeming things. It kills time well. There are fun things in it. It's just like it just used to be way better in every way. It's not like Street Fighter V where like it's constantly egregious. It's more like if someone cut out like a third of Street Fighter 4, you'd be like, this is still a good game, but I don't understand why you got rid of all those things. Why'd you take
half the cast out?
Like, why'd you do that? And they're like, no, not even the cast, like a third of like the mechanics. All the characters are there, but they like don't have hard kick anymore, and there's no focus attack. Like you're just like why did they do this? I don't know. They're like it's more approachable, and you're just like no it's not. It just
it's not.
It just doesn't make sense. So yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to Pharaoh about like dating shit while we're playing, and he is so like okay. I can't tell where the line is between Pharaoh trolling me and Pharaoh actually being this way. Because I'll be like, oh yeah, I fucking like shaved the back of my head, and it's funny because the back of my head doesn't look good because I can't fade it because I don't have a proper mirror, and that's really hard to do. But also, I'd rather my head look good from 3 angles and bad from 1 than bad from 4 angles. And then Pharaoh will be like, whatever you do, don't show this chick the back of your head if you get on a voice chat. She'll think you're a dumbass and never want to speak to you. And I'm just like, Pharaoh, first of all, fuck you for trying to plant the seeds of self-doubt into me. You fucking
like you
asshole.
Don't have enough already.
Yeah, you fucking asshole. But secondarily, it's just so counter to like that's a thought that I have. Like the paranoid thought comes in my brain and has that, but then I'm always like, fuck that. I'm going to make a joke about the back of my head because it's going to be funny. But then it occurs to me that like Pharaoh maybe just doesn't live that life at all. And his entire existence is just like actually being a normal, attractive person. That's not what I am. I'm like attractive enough that you look at me and then you find out that I'm weird and then you either run away or you think that I'm funny. And then all of my attractiveness is that I'm funny. 100% of it is that I'm funny. It helps that I'm not grotesque physically to look at. But it's all just that I'm funny. That's the only card. And so it's crazy.
That's the one redeeming quality.
Yeah, I'm funny and I don't shut the fuck up. Like that's basically like, and then women are always like, man, you talk so much. Most guys never say anything. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to punch me to get me to stop talking. And then they're just like, oh, or they've already run away. They've already. Okay. They've either already run away. No,
no one's like, oh, thank you, please.
Yeah, no. I mean, like they never punch me because I've already overtalked by the time I mention that I'm over talking and that you might need to punch me. So that is the nice thing. That's what I always try to reconcile with Pharaoh. I think Pharaoh's good at like actually playing the dating game. I am not at all. I don't even understand how one plays the game because it's so, all of my strengths are in just being like, hey, I took a poop the other day. And then someone's like, why are you talking about poops? This is the second message you sent me Why are you doing this?
We just swiped right.
Yeah, yes. Which was literally my opening message to the chicken Tamagotchi thing, was about the Tamagotchis dying in a pile of poop.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
So I'm either gonna weird you out right away, and you're just gonna nope the fuck out, or you probably find some degree of my weirdness endearing. Whereas Pharaoh's just like, don't do that. She'll think you're dumb, and I'm just like, I don't understand how to be attractive to someone if they don't think I'm a little stupid. Like, I literally don't understand how to not like.
You're one of those snakes or those lizards that's like bright red and yellow and all the shiny colors to let everyone know, please don't touch me, I will bite you and you will die.
Yeah. Well, yes, that's a much darker place than I was currently, but also
you have actually killed. You're not actually.
No, I will. I have killed everyone that I have touched in the last 2 years. Everything has been horrible. The bodies are buried back there.
Is my time about it?
This was metaphorical, but no, I do feel that way actually as well. Because
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take you back to the gloomies.
You did. This was supposed to be short. How dare you take me to the dark place? It's so hard to get me there. The last like pseudo relationship thing I had was like that, where at the end of it, she was just like, "Why do you think you're so great?" And I was like, "I don't, but I can tell you like me, and I'm dead on the inside, so I need to kill you before I kill you." And then,
and she was into that.
No, she cried and was very sad. And I felt horrible, but also I was like, this is better than me killing you harder later. Because I'm dead on the inside. I'm dead.
You need to know I'm venomous.
You need to know I'm dead, and I'm an alien dead robot that's walking in the skin of a human. You need to know that. And whatever level of attraction you have to me because I'm funny and not ugly is irrelevant, because you need to accept that I'm going to kill you at some point, most likely, because I have already been killed myself. I have been a dead zombie for years, and I show no signs of coming back. So anyway, that's the other part of it. I think that's why it's like easier for me. Well, that's the other part of like. I think Pharaoh, like, whenever he's saying those things, and again, I feel like he's like trolling me half the time, but whatever. But I think he's like trying to like just be like, oh, you need to do this to like be successful in this way with regard to like picking someone up. And I'm just like, I don't want to pick someone up because I'm scared they're going to murder me, and I'm scared I'm going to murder them. So I need to know at a certain point, like, that they have some tangential interest in me beyond like, or that they know where we both stand. Like, I feel like I need to like, I guess I need to feel things out more is what I'm getting at. And so it doesn't really behoove me to hold my cards, because at a certain point I'm not going to be able to hold my cards, and then I'm just
you're very outspoken.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a whole weird thing. Anyway, I'm a dead zombie. Yeah. No,
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it does. It tends to.
I'm so sorry. Sometimes you're dead inside, Alex.
Sometimes you're dead inside. Sometimes you're dead inside, and you never get it back, and you just fill the void with alcohol.
Yeah, hell yeah, great in the time of COVID.
Hell yes. Anyway, how about them Rams? Are you delivering bread soon? Are we filling till you deliver bread, or are you going to tell me about this game?
It'll take like 5 minutes, I think, for my aunt to get here to get the bread. But I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. I guess we'll keep talking about stuff. All right, cool.
We'll talk about other things. You can do your game thing post bread.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I've been leveling 2 alts because of the aforementioned death inside in World of Warcraft, and I've been playing the Shaman with Pharaoh, which is like whatever. I've played it before. I'm just getting it to 120. It's pretty normal. But I've been having a lot of fun on this Beastmaster Hunter, which is not a class that I ever thought I'd give a shit about, but it's have you played an MMO ever? Do you know anything about MMOs? Like what?
I played yes, I did play an MMO, but no. For all intents and purposes, I have not.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of things about MMOs that are strange if you've never played them, and I think the chief one is that, like, are you familiar with the concept of like aggro? And threat?
Yes.
Okay.
I've played Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 12 is an MMO, but you play it offline. Not to be confused with like .hack, which is an MMO that you play offline.
Okay, so what's weird about MMOs for people who haven't played them is that threat range. I remember like showing my brother like 15 years ago, because that's how old I and World of Warcraft am. I remember showing him World of Warcraft when we were like, or when it was like new, and he was looking at what was going on, and he kept asking me like why all these monsters were just standing still and not attacking me. And I was like, yeah, it's fucking weird, right? Like you have to walk so close to them, and if you don't walk close enough to them, they like don't even know that you're there because they don't have like they don't aggro you. And he was just like, that's odd. I don't understand it. Anyway, so what's neat about this hunter that I've been playing, which is why it's been like so fun to just kill time. It's like level 40 now or something. I started at 20 because it's an allied race. It's the whole thing. What's weird about it is like they can pull really far, and they have like various different abilities that buff their pet. So I have like wolf pets, and so you can basically pull like a thing and then like have your pets attack it, and then it kills it. Well, your pet attacks it, and then you just pull the next thing while the pet's still killing the last thing, and you can kind of like chain pull, which is like it's a very old concept, but it's something that I've never done because all the classes that I've usually played have been better at like burst, single target, or area of effect damage. So like usually I would pull like a whole zone and just kill everything at once on like my tank character. But this chain point thing,
like Pied Pipering.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great analogy, because it's like you shoot a thing, it like follows you, it tries to get to you, it never does because you're a million miles away. It dies, you kill the next thing, and you're just kind of like 1, 2, 3, and it's like this weird little efficient thing. And I just remember like as I've been playing this, I remember like when I was new playing like a rogue 15 years ago and never knowing anything about MMOs, and it's like, holy shit, I should have played a fucking hunter way back when, because this shit is brain dead as fuck. You just find like whatever mob, you just shoot it. And then, I don't know, I'm a cute little puppy dog, which is adorable, and my mount is a hyena dog, and I have 2 dog pets, and I call myself Team Pupper Team. It's amazing. I'm a furry. So if you're listening to this podcast, now is the moment when you realize that I've hit rock COVID bottom, because I'm simultaneously leveling 2 characters in World of Warcraft, which is something I have literally never done in my entire life. I have never like multi-alt juggled. I've always like gotten one to a max level, then just leveled one in my off time, and now I'm just like playing my main. I'm playing 2 alts. Fuck it. Oh god. It's,
nope.
Yeah. No.
That sounds horrible.
It is. It's not a great game, but it's also kind of great in other ways, because you can listen to music and you don't have to think too hard. And
that weirds me out. I feel like if I'm not listening to the soundtrack in the game, I'm not playing it. I've work is kind of slow at the moment just because there's nothing to do. But I hesitate to bring 3DS or whatever to work, because then I can't sit there and zone out and listen to the music. And
well, that's okay. That's different though. I don't turn off music when I play single player games. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's just multiplayer games. Multiplayer games.
Oh,
it's
okay.
You're doing so like when I'm playing WoW, you know, quote unquote multiplayer. It's like when I'm leveling. I mean, I guess it's single player, but the story's not good enough to give that much of a fuck about. So you just jam in the background. You could think of it like training mode, I guess, in a fighting game where you're just chilling and jamming while you do combos.
Usually, I try not to listen to the music in Marvel. I listen to my own music.
You don't want to be taken for a ride.
Training match. I love the Marvel 2 soundtrack.
Everybody seems to love that song. I don't know why that is.
Because it's so good. It's only like 4 bars long, but it's phenomenal. It's that era, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Capcom vs. SNK 2, like True Love Making song from CBS 2. It's a genre. It's like Eurobeat, but weirder.
Yeah.
It's good.
I don't know. My only experience with that, because I was not in the proper FGC when those games were like the thing. So I missed out on CVS 2. Which, I can't help it.
You would have loved CVS 2.
Everybody tells me that. I have played... I played CVS 1. They had it at a local arcade. And I was like, this game is pretty fucking neat. Yeah, it definitely seems like a me game. Like, 100%. I think I would have definitely liked those games. But anyway...
You would have.
I wasn't alive at the time. I mean, I was alive, but not alive in the
you hadn't been born yet.
Yeah, I'm only 12 years old. But anyway, my only exposure to, since I hadn't played CVS or Marvel, my only exposure to that Marvel song was that for some reason, that I guess for whatever reason that song is popular, people were modding their Wiis for Brawl, and that was one of the songs that they put on all of their Brawl systems. So I would go to tournaments, and I would just be like, what is this going to take you for a ride? What is this? And everyone,
I do not wish to go on a ride.
Yeah, and everyone would be like, I don't know, but it just keeps going on and on and on forever, and it's just like, gonna take you for a ride, and then it's like, and then it just does it again. It just does it again. It's relentless. And so, yeah, I remember being trapped in a basement in Iowa in like a 50-man brawl tournament where someone had just been pumping Gonna Take You for a Ride. And so I really don't like that song. I don't have any good memories of it.
That's because you were like tortured. That's some Guantanamo.
Yes, I was trapped in a basement, forced to listen to Gonna Take You for a Ride.
You have to listen to it on your terms. You have to know that you can turn the power off and be safe.
I still don't think I would like it. It's so short. It just says Gonna Take You for a Ride over and over and over again.
Again, it's just four beats long. But like, listen to listen to the Clock Tower stage. When we're done here, go listen to the Clock Tower. Go listen to True Love Making, and then let's what's the arcade emulator online thing? Let's set up Fightcade for CVS2 and just have a whale of a time. I'll take you for a ride.
I would play CVS2 on some Fightcade. I haven't the ROM for that, but I've got I have Fightcade set up for Street Fighter 2 already.
I don't. I'll have to do that.
I can send you my thing of it if you have any trouble. Let me know. My copy
of
it.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll get a CVS2 emulator. That could be pretty fun. So
that could be fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see if my aunt is here.
Okay, go check your tortillas, and
yes.
Yeah, we'll be back. Welcome back. We have delivered tortillas. Tortillas have been delivered.
Yes, right. I've given the tortillas. I think she's going to pass them out to my cousin and take half for herself, sort of like a finder's fee. But as we have discussed, there are very many tortillas in that sack. So
yeah,
they're good.
It's you got to take a little off the dealer. You just don't let them know about it. Yeah.
There's a supplier and dip into your own supply, and I don't do enough drugs.
Buy up your own tortillas.
I have though. They're so good. But yeah, no. I was going to. Do you remember we had a conversation the other day about how you might play a visual novel? Oh, and you had asked me. What visual novel should I start with, Alex? Give me something that isn't 100 hours. Don't recommend to me Umineko When They Cry. Give me something that would be fun or approachable or easy or nice, digestible.
Yes. Is this where we're going? Exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give you my own experience. When I was in high school, circa 2007, I saw and discovered Melty Blood. Right.
Wow.
Which is a fighting game.
I always forget how old that game is.
It's ancient. You've seen the sprites, right? They're great, but like it's old. Yeah, so Melty Blood, if you did or didn't know, is based on a visual novel called Tsukihime, which was actually my very first visual novel. And I thought, would I recommend that to Will? And the answer is not for the right reasons. Yeah. Don't if you want to get into visual novels, don't play Tsukihime.
I was really hoping that was where you were going to go, because if you were about to recommend that as the first one, I was just going to leave. No! I was just going to leave.
No, okay, so...
Are they all weeb? Are they all weeb? All the visual novels? They're all weeb.
I mean, like, there are American visual novels. What are you asking me? Like,
I don't care about where they're from.
Intensely Japanese?
I'm asking you if they're weeb, motherfucker. I don't know how else I can say it.
Okay.
I'm not asking you where they come from. Weeb is a state of mind, all right?
It's That's
what I'm asking. It's
where it is socially.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Not every visual novel is high weeb.
Okay.
There's usually some degree of weeb in there.
See, this is a shock to me, because I was not actually expecting, when you started talking to me about these visual novels, I assumed they were not weeb. So you're telling me that these are all weeby things for the most part?
No. In fact, even Tsukihime, despite being anime...
Named Tsukihime.
Well, it's because it's Japanese. You want to call it Lunar Princess?
I don't know.
I'm not going to do that, because then people will think I'm recommending the anime to you, and then I'll lose clout, not just with you, but with the Tsukihime crowd, and they'll be mad at me. Don't watch the anime. Play the visual novel before you watch the anime, and also... maybe play a different game first.
Maybe just do something else.
Yeah, you don't have to play Tsukihime. I did though. When I was 17, I was a horny high schooler, as we have discussed. That's vaguely relevant.
Okay.
Tsukihime is a fantastic story about this guy named Shiki, who can see the lines on which things can be destroyed. That's his magic power.
I don't understand. The lines on which things can be destroyed?
Okay, so he looks at a chair, right? And if he's not got his special glasses on that mute his powers, if he takes them off, then he sees lines on the chair, and if he traces his finger or a knife or whatever on the lines, the chair explodes. Or just falls apart. Crumples.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I just thought the way you explained it, I thought that. Okay, if you had said he sees lines on things that allow him to destroy them, that would have made more sense. But because you said the lines on which things can be destroyed, or however you phrased it,
oh yeah, no, that's the phrasing from the game.
I was like, what don't I know about the world, about how everything is?
How come I don't see these lines?
That's where I was until you were like special glasses. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay. Moving on.
So Shiki can see the lines, but he wears glasses so that he doesn't see the lines because it gives him a headache or whatever. And he stumbles into this vampire lady who you've seen before because you've watched Melty Blood. We've had a conversation about her. Arcuid? Yep. Just bear with me. Okay. It's the case. These are all things that have happened.
Okay.
She's got a very prominent outfit, very standout. She's got blonde hair, a white sweater, and a sort of like purplish skirt. Very iconic.
I have no recollection of this generic human you've just described to me.
Wait, it's funny that you should say it's generic because it's exactly what you said when I made you look at the Melty Blood that was being played in front of us. But time is a flat circle, etc., etc. The story goes that Kinoko Nasu, the guy who writes all the Type Moon shit, the Tsukihime, the Fate Stay Night, all of it. Yeah, I'm just going to say a bunch of words. Don't pay me.
I know, there's so many words.
Explaining it won't help you.
Okay.
Yeah. So the story goes that he was looking through a fashion magazine and he saw this, I believe, Japanese woman with blonde hair and white sweater and like a turtleneck sweater.
I remember you telling me this. Okay.
And he's like, wow, I want to make her a vampire in a video game that I make. Video game's a strong word. Choose your own adventure novel. That's what I'm going to make. I'm gonna immortalize this woman in a non-creepy way. But she'll be a vampire, so she'll still be immortal. So Shiki stumbles into Arcuid, and then shit gets kind of hairy. The reason why I mentioned that I played this at 17 when I was a horny high schooler is because this is technically, despite having a fantastic story, which is pretty anime, it's got a lot of sex in it. It's kind of a horny game. Yeah. But
is this just a fucking hentai book? Is that what we're talking about right now?
No, it's not just a fucking hentai book. It's a story of childhood growth and love and loss and betrayal and vampires and magical beings, and it's also a hentai book. But like I said, I was 17. I had just seen Melty Blood. Melty Blood was the shit.
Melty Blood is based off of a fucking hentai?
I wouldn't call it it's art. It's art that just happens to have a lot of sex in it.
Okay. I mean, okay, I'll throw you a bone in that
oh yeah.
in that I do agree with the sentence that something can be art that has a lot of sex in it and not be hentai. I somehow am doubtful that is the case for what we're talking about right now.
Let me help clear that up. So Kinoko Nasu is a genius at world building. He sets up their 23 dead apostles, and the dead apostles are vampires from all over the world who have become immortal vampires through different means. But as long as they're immortal and they eat people, that means they're a vampire. So you've got Nero Chaos, who ate so many. Assimilated so many animals that now he's a bunch of animals in a.
This is the guy that has a rhinoceros in his trench coat. Does that guy partake in the sex? Does he rhino sex people?
No, he does not rhino sex anybody. He's a bad guy, and they fight him.
Okay, they don't give him what for.
No, not 666 what fours, which is the number of beasts that he has in him.
In his trench coat.
Yep.
Because reasons.
So Kinoko Nasu is just a brilliant wizard when it comes to establishing a universe. What he's not a brilliant wizard at is writing sex stories. He can't, and that's why I don't feel comfortable calling it a hentai game first. Because
I'm gonna need you to walk me through why that is the case.
All right, and so these are mild spoilers, but I'll go out of my way not to spoil too much. Shiki, who we have discussed, can see lines on which things can be destroyed.
Yes.
Discovers his long-lost friend from childhood, and he's gonna like have sex with her because the story has taken us to that point.
No, that wasn't just his initial motivation.
No, because he left for a while and then he came back and he's like, "Holy shit, you're still here!" And she's like, "Yep, let's do the sex." So he's sweet.
Oh my God.
Are fixing to go at it, and I don't know if Nasu is just like really hungry when he's horny or what, but he can't stop talking about food while he's writing about fucking. And so
he's one of those.
Whatever you're thinking of, I'm sure it's not it.
Okay.
Because he's like, the sentence, I rubbed my meat on her meats, I'm sure is in there. An actual line, because I did just a small amount of homework because I was going to present this to you. Yep.
Are her meats her boobs? I think
it's her vagina.
Her meats.
I believe so.
Her beef curtains.
It's been a minute. I haven't played this since 200007.
All right, man. Sometimes you gotta, I guess, yeah, all right.
I gotta refresh my memory. No, it's Kanokanasa confirmed, huge Lion's Choice fan. No, the one that I remember is that Shiki says that it feels like he's rubbing his meat into the sweetest of jams. And that's like the first third of the sex scene.
All right, look, man. I was a horny high schooler like everyone, but I watched HBO at 2:00 in the morning like a normal human being.
You didn't get Skinamax?
And I waited, well, that too. HBO was better. I waited for the right couple to end up in the back of Taxi Cab Confessions, and then they had sex in the cab, and it was great. I did not read shit about jelly ham or whatever the fuck this is.
I know that I described it as...
I am a sexual deviant, and this is weirding me out.
Well, he wasn't actually putting meat in jam, nor was he putting his genitalia in jam. Everything's just a weird, bad metaphor for genitalia and sex. The guy, yep, the sweetest of jams.
But, like, okay, is she saying that her vag is the sweetest of jams?
I believe.
Or is she saying
Shiki is saying that. He
is
describing his intercourse experience as rubbing his meat in the sweetest of jams. Does that help? Is that better or worse?
I don't know that it's any different, but it does clarify because I thought we were talking about the woman, and she was saying that it felt like the guy had rubbed his dick in jam before he started fucking her. And I was
Don't be ridiculous, Will. See, this is the sexual deviancy.
Okay, so anyway, food metaphors. Sure.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know where I thought you were going to go on this adventure, but
I knew you wouldn't know.
You have already blown my expectations out of the meat jam. So anyway.
As it were, yeah. So there's like, I'm going to say 6, and I'm wrong, but there's like 6 different characters that have all different endings, and that's indicative of visual novels, is to find a girl and then follow the conclusion of the path. You pursue one girl romantically, and it either goes well, about average, or poorly.
Wait. Are these all fucking romance things?
Visual novels? No.
Okay.
Tsukihime, I wouldn't even call it Tsukihime a romance novel.
Okay.
You're safe. Will, I'm not going to make you play dating sims. I'm not going to make you go to newgrounds.com.
Dating games. I don't understand.
Hatoful Boyfriend, just as long as we're on the subject, is actually pretty decent, and you might like it. Hatoful. Hatoful.
I've had so many people recommend these fucking weirdo dating games to me. I don't understand it. I am really weird, and y'all weird me the fuck out with this shit.
The premise of Hatoful Boyfriend is that you're the only girl at an all-pigeon high school.
Okay.
You have to find which pigeon you're going to take home. And when I only played through once.
What's the point of being surrounded by cloacas if you're not the guy? What's the point? I'm sorry. I don't mean to diminish.
But somehow I'm weird.
I don't mean to diminish. Yes, I don't mean to diminish our non-penis having friends out there and make only penetrative sex to be the best kind of sex. That's not my point. But if you're gonna fuck a bird, if you're gonna fuck something in the cloaca, I feel like you'd want to have a dick to fuck it in the cloaca. Otherwise,
to be clear, there's a lot of sex in
with the
Tsukihime.
birds.
In Tsukihime, in Hatoful Boyfriend, there's no sex. It's all romantic. It's a pure love pursuit. You know, it's none of that. It's not caught up in the carnal pursuit of the flesh.
Your bird soulmate.
Yes, that's exactly it. See, now you're getting it.
Why would anyone?
I only played through once, and I wound up dating the bird teacher.
Okay.
That's usually I prefer the childhood friend type or the the girl next door sort. That I tend not to because I have played plenty of romance visual novels or like dating sims. But I'm not recommending those to you because I'm a good friend. Okay. I'm not going to make you play any of that shit. I'm going to make you play like a good game.
You're just telling
Steins Gate. You're
telling me about how they're all. This is the what you're saving me from. That's what.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might still play Tsukihime because I can't do it justice. Maybe it's actually secretly hot and I just didn't get it. Maybe it didn't click for me.
I doubt it.
No, it's probably not.
I really doubt
it. And the art is really outdated. But anyway, that was what? That was like 23 years or 13 years ago. I can do math.
Okay.
And yeah. So my recommendation is to play Steins Gate instead.
Where
I won't have
know what that is.
Steins Gate. I will spell it for you. I'll put it on your Steam wish list. You'll have a great time.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't fuck pigeons.
No pigeon fucking. No, you're totally safe. Hatoful Boyfriend, if you wanted to get it, is definitely still a lot of fun.
I just hear, like, I have such a hard time framing my brain into a spot that would make me want to play so many of these games that you described.
No, just play like one. Play like one, a good one, and then be like, oh man, that was great. Why don't I test the waters and try something different?
I don't think I'll think that. I think I'll think it's weird and horrible the entire time.
No, you won't think that Steins Gate is weird and horrible. You don't fuck pigeons.
Not. No, okay.
There's no meats.
Yeah. Okay, so what is Steins Gate? I don't even know. What is it? What?
Steins Gate is a story about how time travel makes you cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get down with some sadness.
Oh, it's sad.
Okay.
You want a sad game? I got you covered, man.
I'm all about the sad boners. So
yeah, if you ever want to just feel horrible and like cry a lot,
only like every day. So that's wonderful. Yeah, you're speaking my language. This is
man,
remember I am Max Payne. So
yes,
yeah.
Dead inside and kill everyone you touch within 2 years.
Yes, within 2 years, and eventually the alcohol gets the best of me, but I still don't die because I'm just a fucking cockroach.
And yet another demon for you to contend with.
Yep.
But not a literal demon like a vampire.
No.
Totally different. Don't play Tsukihime. Okay. I think... okay, what I'm going to do for you, because I'm such a good friend, is I'm going to play Tsukihime and get it to a sex scene. For you.
So are we going to... Does this count? As
a let's play?
Are we watching porn?
Are we watching porn together? I don't know that our relationship is there.
What is it? What does it mean? Okay, I don't... Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's horrible.
This is like a realm I've never entered, and I just don't... This is why I was so weirded out when you told me about the Ass Beast game. Whatever that was.
Catherine, totally normal game.
And
puzzle game.
Everybody's so horny, and you're like fucking them all the whole time. And like, I'm not like prude about sex in media. I mean, at all. Obviously, if you've ever spoken to me, like, but there's something weird to me about the like. There's just something weirder and creepier about like the game being set out for the only point to be like dating sim. That's so much weirder to me than like a game or a movie or a book that has romance or even hard sex in it. That's like way less weird. Like Castlevania has like basically a fucking hentai episode, which is fucking awesome. It's so good, but it's like a show about things that happens to, it's about vampires. Vampires deal with sex things. It's fine. That's fine. But like, if you were like, Castlevania is a show about vampires having sex, I would just be like, I don't know. That seems weird.
I wouldn't lead with that. I didn't lead with that when I described Tsukihime. It's a drama, a supernatural horror story that involves vampires and so.
And a little bit of sex.
Just
small. It sounds like it's a lot of weirder sex to me. It sounds like it's weirder.
That's just because I didn't say the weirdest shit.
Yes. you're
I'm absolutely. Oh shit! Yeah.
Accurate.
Type Moon fans out there. Okay, so there's a scene where like you're totally spent. You fought Nero and you almost died, and you hurt yourself in your eyes.
You're spent from a fight.
From a fight, not from sex. I'm clarifying. Yes.
Okay.
And the only way to restore your magical energy to get that power surging back through you is to have sex with the synchronizer. Because that restores your magic circuits.
The synchronizer?
Right? He squeezes synchronizer. Spoilers.
He what?
There are certain people that when you have sex with them, it restores your magic, just like in real life. So yeah, no, I know it sounds bad, but it's about to get worse. In Fate's Stay Night, which is a sister story to Tsukihime, which is really good, and I recommend everyone play it. In the uncut version of the game, you have that same problem where like you're like, oh man, I'm dying inside, and the only way for me to live is to have sex with this girl. And then you have consensual sex, non-coerced, totally consensual, good, happy sex, and it gives you magic powers and you're able to fight again. It's the only way that you're going to be able to stop the berserkers, is to have sex and in a hurry. In the edited version of the game, you like shoot a spirit tiger at the girl, and she like shoots you with the spirit tiger.
Is the spirit tiger your penis?
Yes and no.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is your penis. No, we're not allowed to say that because it's the Real Tenua cut. It's the edited version of the game. They thought it would make more sense to just remove all the sexual content and have people shooting energy tigers at one another. That's the version of the game you should play, Will, because it won't make you feel weird.
I feel like I'm from another fucking planet when I talk to you about some of these games that you play. Yeah. Like, you're like another species of human being entirely from me.
That's completely... Like, I can't talk about... I have to hide this aspect of myself, the part of me that enjoys playing visual novels. Because even the ones that don't have any sex in them, people don't understand.
What's not to understand about any kind of story? I mean, a story is a story in any format. I'm looking for a good story. I'm not looking for...
Tsukihime has a great story.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. No way. Kinoko Nasu is a genius of world building. Ask anybody. Go to the Type Moon subreddit. It's real.
I believe that there are weebs that weeb out over their weeb shit. I don't believe that it's inherently a good story necessarily based on weebs telling me it's a good story. That's horseshit. Okay. That's horseshit.
Okay, you don't have to trust them. I guess the only way to know for sure is to play
to become a weeb myself.
Yeah. No, you don't have to be a weeb to play it. Am I a weeb?
I think you might be. I think you might be a huge weeb, Lex. Which is weird because you don't necessarily come across as a huge weeb until you do, and then you're like the biggest weeb of all time.
I know you guys can't see it out there in the internet, but I'm gesturing to my collection of pop figures and video games and shit.
The pop figures are less weird than the weeb anime sex dungeon role-playing games that you've been describing. It's a lot less weird to collect figurines.
Does knowing better than to describe my playing visual novels, and especially like eroge, is knowing better than that?
What the fuck did you just say?
Who knows? What?
Eroge?
Oh yeah, you got it. Hole in one. Erotic game portmanteau. It's the Japanese for game with titties.
God damn it! There's so much I don't know. There's so much I don't know.
Well, yeah, because then we'd have to break into the classification of eroge and nuki but we won't. Unless
Nuki gay? Is that when you
N-U-K-I-G-E?
Is that when you put the horny game in a microwave?
Yeah, yep, basically, actually. No, so an eroge is a game that has erotic qualities to it, and usually like sex scenes and shit. It doesn't mean that it does mean that there is a degree of horniness. It does not mean that it is a sex game explicitly.
But it's probably a sex game.
It means that there is sex in it. Would you say that any movie with sex in it is porn?
No, but I would say that I would say that if there was a subclass of movies that specifically required that subclass of movies to have horny stuff in it, I would assume that those were sex movies rather than that they weren't.
Let me help you make the distinction then, because then there's Nukige, which is like masturbatory aid. I haven't played any Nukige. Let me lead with that. I'm familiar with them.
It's just a game that helps you jack off?
Helps. It doesn't like do the work for you, but like, yeah, there's a game called Boob Wars that I haven't played. That whose plot is that there are two races of human now that have large breasts and small breasts, and they're at war. And that is available on mangagamer.com, and I haven't played it. I haven't bought it. But it's real.
Okay, well...
But you can see how that's a different classification than Tsukihime, which is a story about vampires I led with.
Sure. Totally different. Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, would you call yourself more or less excited to play Steins Gate or any visual novel?
I would say wherever I was, I have at least ended up 100% regressed from where I was at.
Excellent.
I would say
only 100%.
I trust you at least, or sorry, at most. My trust for you recommending this to me right now at this point, at most for you, is at a 0%. At the highest point, it might be in the negatives. But I will check it out. I am very dubious, though. I am so dubious. What the fuck?
It's okay. Okay. Steins Gate is just a visual novel that doesn't have any sex. Tsukihime is an eroge. It's a visual novel that has sex.
Yeah. Nuki gay
Boob Wars
is
Nuki gay. Yep. It's a real thing.
And the big boobers don't like the little boobers.
Right. And I don't know any more about the plot.
They fight
to help you understand. Yep, they fight.
Do they use swords? Do they use
I don't know.
boobs? Do they?
I didn't even see the cover art.
Is there a boob tank?
I have to assume there's a Opie Panzer or whatever. I don't know. Will, stop bending your eyes at me. I don't know these things. I play earnest, respectful games that respect women and have good stories, and that's all.
Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna play Boob Wars now. You're
gonna play Boob Wars and you're gonna judge the whole genre.
I'm gonna play Boob Wars. You're gonna send Steins Gate to my Steam wishlist.
Yep.
But I'm just gonna play.
But you're gonna go to Boob Wars. Yep.
I'm just gonna play Boob Wars because I'm so intrigued as to what this could possibly have in it.
Time travel makes you sad is down here, and then boobs fighting is up here.
Time travel makes me sad is way high, but I am very curious about the nonsensicalness of these boob wars. No, depressed time travel will be fun, in all seriousness.
Good. You should play it. I think it's up your alley.
Oh my god. Well, all right. I will try that game. You have completely neutered my ability to anchor this podcast. I'm sorry. I have become a speechless, dumbfounded moron who cannot...
How does it feel, Will?
Weird, man. It feels like... I swear to God, if there's like a rhino, tiger, penis, boob war in Steins Gate at some point, I'm going to find you, and I'm going to make sure you never make another tortilla ever again. I'm going to steal... That's harsh. I'm going to steal your 22-pound sack of flour. I'm gonna steal your manhood. And that'll be it for you, sir.
Damn, dude.
All right, well, I'm going to play Steins Gate and maybe Boob Wars, and I think that's this podcast. I think we're done.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go from here, so I'm just going to end it.
No. We did our best.
I'm going to need like at least an hour to just process this, everything that's just occurred, because it is... I don't know what to think. I have found out about a whole other world that I didn't know existed.
You know what? I'm going to deny all of it.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah,
in public. If you tell people I've played Boob Wars, I'm going to look at you like you're the crazy one. And also, I haven't played Boob Wars, so don't tell people lies.
I would love to poll our audience to see how many of them actually believe you haven't played Boob Wars, because at this point, I'm 100% certain that you have played the shit out of Boob Wars.
I have not!
You absolutely have. This would be like if I was like, Street Fighter 4 is a cool game. I haven't played it. I've definitely never played it. But here's everything that it's about, and here's where you can find it, and why it exists, and the plot. But I haven't played it.
Okay,
I definitely haven't played it.
Let me defend myself. Umi and Echo, When They Cry, is a sound novel, which is a type of visual novel where you don't play it. It's just a book. And it's the greatest murder mystery story that's ever been told. It's like 90% horror, 10% mystery. It's phenomenal. No one will ever listen to me. No one will ever play it. I've made my peace with that. It's sold on Manga Gamer because those are the only people who would translate something that's 90 hours long for half of it.
The horny weebs are the only people who would get it done.
The only people who have that kind of motivation are horny weebs. And you know this, and I know this, and we should be grateful.
Well, God bless the horny weebs, man.
God bless the horny weebs. We salute you.
We salute you. Yeah. All right, well, my name is MetalMusicMan.
And I've been Professor Lex.
And we will get you guys next time. Hopefully I've recovered by next week. Goodbye.